Oh, welcome to another episode of The Collective. I am your host, Zack Mo, along
And
with
I'm
my co-host. Oh,
Collector.
and together we make up The Collective. So, Collector, how was your week in collecting?
My week in collecting was fine, but don't you want to tell everybody what they're going to hear on the Collective, Zack Mo?
Well, we're going to do some fun games.
All things collecting and much, much more. It's our tagline, bro. We can't forget it. Thanks for coming back, everybody. I hope you're going to have an
I
amazing
can't say
episode.
where you'll hear. I keep messing that line up every
All
time I
right,
try
I'll
to say
take
it.
the
It's like a
tagline
tongue
over.
twister.
I'll take it
Every time
over.
I say
It's easy.
where you'll hear
Yeah.
all things collected.
Well, why don't you just
whatever.
say it like more like a New Yorker, like where you're going to hear?
This is where you're going to hear all things
Perfect.
collecting, and then you
And
just
much, much
forget
more.
about it.
Forget
Much,
about
much
it.
more. Get the fuck out of here.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you all had amazing weeks. Let us know in the comments how your week in collecting was. My week in collecting was insane. This was the heaviest week I've ever had in collecting for sure.
My heaviest week, I was probably about 270.
Not what I was referring to. But I bought the most this week, even just like for myself, not just for the business. I bought some pretty high ticket items for myself as well. It was an amazing week for me in collecting. I got 2 different Grail items, both of which I never really thought I'd have either, and now I have both. And I got them like literally like Saturday and Sunday, so that was really cool. The reason I ended up with both of those things is because Collecticon was in New Jersey this week. Collecticon, for those of you that don't know, is like a huge conference, and it was awesome. Zack Mo and I got together there. We're going to talk more about con a little bit later.
I was there.
I remember you being there.
It was news to me.
But yeah, my week in collecting first, like a little couple highlights. First thing I did, actually not con related. I've been mastering or starting to slowly master all of the Kamiya artworks. Kamiya is my favorite illustrator in Pokemon. I think I've talked about this on the pod before, but I've been adding to the binder slowly but surely. I got my daughter involved in it, which is super fun. I like printed out a picture of every single Kamiya card that has ever been created, and she's like cutting them. There's 9 to a page, and she's like cutting them out, and we're putting it in the binder spots for the cards that I don't have, and they're going to go in order from the first one ever released to the last one ever released. And it's just fun to involve my daughter in it. And then I told her, she's like got bored doing it, and then a couple days later I told her like, hey, I want your help again. I need you to cut out more of these pictures. And she was like, I don't really want to. I was like, I'll pay you for it. It'll be one of your chores. And she goes, how much? And I said, I'll give you $5 to cut them all out. And she said, that's not enough, Daddy. I thought that was pretty smart. So
She
I'm
was
screwed.
definitely smart girl.
I'm screwed. She's going to be a very expensive child. She's 5 years old. And that was her answer. That's not enough money. She said, that's not enough money. It's so much work. So
it should be $5 per cutout.
No way. That's too much money. I thought $5 to a 5-year-old. I would have been stoked with $5, but I'll give her 1 pack of Pokemon cards and she'll say yes. All right, so I did the Kamiya thing.
I'm going to tell her how badly you're screwing her over with that.
What if she pulls a Moonbreon?
She's not going to get that.
Meaning, not from a pack.
She's not going to get the
dead pack of
Fusion. She's not going to get the money.
Oh, right.
If she pulls a
Moonbreon.
Exactly. You wouldn't give that to her. You'd snatch it out of her hand so freaking quickly.
Yeah, probably true. Did I tell you I bought? I don't know if I talked about it last week. I bought MetaZoo cards for her. You know what MetaZoo is? I don't
recall. No, but it sounds awesome.
It's defunct. It doesn't exist anymore. The company went under. Steve Aoki started, or was like one of the founders of MetaZoo. It was like a trading card game with very similar to Pokemon, just like all new characters. And they had a partnership.
It was like new animals.
They're like made up creatures, but they had MetaZoo had a partnership with Hello Kitty. And do you know anything about Hello Kitty?
I know Batsmaru.
Right. So
the frog.
Yeah. So Badsmaru's the best. I used to collect Badsmaru stuff too, actually, when I was a kid. But that
was the
right
owl,
now.
Right?
What's that?
That was the owl, right?
He's like a penguin, a
Same
black
thing.
penguin.
You're right. It was a penguin. You're
Yeah,
right.
he's a penguin for sure. I used to draw Batsmaru all the time in all of my notebooks in grade school. Um,
Loser.
so currently, like the three big characters in Hello Kitty are Hello Kitty, Kuromi. Kuromi's like the evil version, and then My Melody. And my daughter's name is Melody, so she really likes collecting My Melody stuff. Anyway, I got her this 3-pack of MetaZoo cards, and we had a good time opening that. She pulled a hollow My Melody, so she was pretty stoked. But
That's
that was 2
awesome.
weeks ago. I don't even know what made me bring that up. Anyway, here's some of the stuff that I picked up this week. This was the first Grail item I picked up. This is an autographed Funko Pop of the Green Ranger, signed by Jason David Frank, the late great Green Ranger. This was a huge Grail item for me. So the story on this Funko Pop is it belonged to a buddy of mine who I guess had it signed, a couple years ago.
I'm
When
gonna
he
interrupt you real
first,
quick.
yeah, go ahead.
Karopi was the name of the frog. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. So this belonged to my buddy Luis. If you're watching, shout out. Thank you for finally allowing me to own this. And when he first posted it, before it was graded by PSA or anything like that, I was like, how much do you want for that? He was like, I'm not selling it. I was like, how much do you want for that? And he said, nah, it's for my personal collection. I'm not selling it. I said, okay. And then every now and then I would see him. You actually met him. I'll talk more about it at con, but every now and then I would remind him, like, I want to buy this. For whatever reason, he decided to bring it to Collecticon. He had it out on the shelf. I asked him how much. He named his price. I really didn't even bat an eye, but I decided to buy like 50, 60 cards off him as well at the same time. So we worked out like a nice bulk deal. And that's how I ended up with the Green Ranger. So I was extremely excited for it. This right here is the coolest part. Can you see the mouse? I don't know if you can even see the mouse. Maybe if I do this, if I exit full screen, can you see the mouse now on the screen? Yeah. All right. So this part right here is like a G and an R. And you can see like it casts a shadow in the box from this particular picture. I was so excited. Anyway, I picked that up. That went into the PC. That was
So
Saturday.
I just want to make this clear. You're really excited about a shadow that was casted.
No, I like the auto, like the way it looks. In that particular picture, it also looks super dope because of the shadow. But I like the way he autos GR for Green Ranger, or autoed. Rest in peace. Power Rangers was a huge part of my life, bro. I'm very excited about that Funko Pop.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing because you corrected yourself and said autoed. And I have a sick sense of humor, so
yeah, you're a twisted individual.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that was Saturday's pickup. This is Sunday's pickup. Most of you probably are looking at this and you're like, what is that? Some of you probably already know what it is, but most people don't know what this is. This is a Hanafuda deck. These were released in Japan in 2013. It's filled with like traditional Japanese playing cards, which are basically the size of dominoes, like actually a little bit smaller than dominoes. Now, I've collected decks of playing cards, regular playing cards, not Pokemon cards, for probably the past like 15 years. Anytime I ever travel anywhere, anytime I see a really cool deck of cards, I buy it. So the Hanafuda cards hit my radar and I really, really wanted them, but they're very difficult to source from Japan. I've been working with my regular distributor, but for whatever reason, they were more expensive there than I could buy them here, but I didn't trust the people here. Anyway, I hadn't found a reliable source for them. But at Collecticon, I walked up to somebody's booth and I gasped when I saw it. It was sitting at the booth. So I inspected it. I had a buddy of mine inspect it, and we pulled all the Hanafudas out. This is not my image. This is just a stock image, but this is what they look like. So we pulled all these out and we looked them over. Everything looks super clean. This is just, if you're just listening right now, sorry, we're putting images up on the screen for the podcast, but it just shows all the images on the Hanafuda cards. And just to give you guys an idea of what they look like, I'm obsessed with the art style. It's very, very much like a traditional Japanese art style. And here's like a zoom in of some of my favorite ones. You can see the Charizard is amazing, bottom right corner. I love the Evolutions. I love the Mewtwo and Mew. I really, really I love all of them. I think the Weedle's dope. They're all sick. The Arcanine obviously is killer. The the artwork on them just blows my mind. And eventually I'll probably grade some. I don't really know exactly what my long-term plan is with them, but I was very excited to add them to my collection. So that was it for my weekend collecting. Those were the major updates. Oh, and shout out Kevin, the homie at con, randomly walked up to me and gave me this Gengar plush and was like, I bought this for you. So shout out Kevin.
Kevin was the taller fellow that I met.
Yeah, he was with us for hours, and then we got
He was pretty
separated
cool.
at some point. He was awesome. He's a great guy. We got separated at one point, and then he walked back up to me and was like, I got this for you. So shout out Kevin. I added another Gengar plush to the Gengar collection.
I want to point out that when I had just gotten there, you came up to me and the first thing you did was show me those Hanafuda cards, and were giddy as fuck and expected me to know what they were. And I was like, oh, what are those?
And they're like mad tiny. You're probably like, oh, cool. You bought like a Pez dispenser.
Yeah, I had no idea what the fuck you were showing me.
Yeah, I was excited for them. They're currently on display in the office. I might bring them home. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. There's a lot of different options.
Put them
The
in
business owner in me wants to like grade them all and then slowly sell them off. But
don't listen to
the collector in me wants
collector.
to. What?
You listening?
What? I'm
Put
listening.
them in a frame.
That's
that
what
would make
I want to do. Yeah.
That would make such a dope piece to hang in the office.
Yeah. That as a collector, that's what I want to do. As a business owner, my thoughts go to like grade and sell some and recoup my losses. But as a collector, it's a full set. They're hard to find. I want to just like frame it up really nice in a professional frame and just hang it up. And then eventually, if something ever comes up and I'm like, I don't want this anymore for whatever reason, I can just sell the framed one.
Or you can grade them.
Or I could at that point grade them. Yeah, I think it'll be hard to mat them properly. But maybe I could take it to a professional framer and have them done.
I really think you should. I think that would be
if you're
really
listening
dope.
to this and you know how I could mat those properly, let me know. Put it in the comment section. Link me to your guy or gal who does framing. All right. Yeah. Weekend collecting, right? That's next. I mean, market recap, right?
Yeah.
Shut up. Market recap. All right. So there's not a ton for me to report this week, market recap wise.
Oh, very thank similar,
God. Very similar products moving. Scarlet Violet boxes, booster boxes, all creeping up. Slow and steady. Twilight Masquerade, probably the biggest mover. Market price on that went up by about $20 week over week. Let's see what else. 151 still going up. There's rumors of a reprint.
Japanese or English?
Nah, English. The Japanese supply is still very healthy, but the English supply is very limited. So
you know what's interesting? I never realized how tiny a Japanese booster box is.
Yeah,
because on stream they look big.
Right.
They're really tiny.
Yeah. Especially like, the specialty sets are very small. The V-Star Universe boxes.
They're like this.
Yeah. Just imagine. So if you've never held a Japanese booster box, just imagine having 10 packs of cards in your hands. That's the size of a specialty set booster box. So V-Star Universe, Shiny Treasure, VMAX Climax, Shiny Star V, Tag GX. Those are all 10-pack boxes. Then there's other like half sets. So like Incandescent Arcana, Dark Phantasma. Those are also the same. It's literally not much bigger than like I don't know. It's like a half a sandwich. Like a half a sandwich that you would get in school when you like would put it in a sandwich bag.
What kind of sandwich?
I mean, bro, you caught me. You caught me lacking.
I did.
When I was in school, nah, bro, you asked, are we going through it or what? What sandwiches did you bring? You want to know or not?
Well, yesterday I had a roast beef sandwich.
That's good, but I didn't eat that when I was in school. When I was a kid, what sandwiches did you bring to school?
None. I ate school lunch.
Oh, okay. I didn't eat school lunch. I had to bring food.
Wow, fancy pants.
What? I was jealous of the kids who got school lunch, bro, because I ate bologna and cheese every day.
There's nothing wrong with bologna and cheese.
I love bologna and cheese, but here's the thing where I'm going to lose people. People are going to turn this podcast off right now. I ate bologna and cheese with ketchup on my sandwiches for 10 years.
I quit. You're going to be doing this podcast alone. I quit.
when I grew up a little bit, and became an adult, I would add mustard to it instead of ketchup. But when I was young, and even occasionally now for the nostalgia value, bologna and cheese and ketchup. Schick House, it has to be Schick House low salt bologna sliced thin, has to be Land O'Lakes White American sliced thin, and has to be at my parents' house.
That's racist.
I'm just saying that's just the way it goes. So
Go back to the market update before I quit.
market update. Where was I at? Scarlet Violet stuff going up. All the boxes. 151 going up. Crown
151.
Zenith stuff.
Yeah.
Crown Zenith stuff starting to go up a little bit. We're going to see that continue to climb as we get further and further away from availability on Crown Z. The value is just going to keep going up. It's such a good set. We've been ripping a ton of it on stream, and it's just going to keep going up. That's it. Like singles are all still, like all the 151 art rares are still creeping up. The Eevee is going up. Eevee's at like 75, 80 bucks right now. What are you laughing at, bro? I'm trying to do this off the dome.
No, I'm laughing because the imaging
The
in the
pink
back
spot?
keeps popping up, and I can see you looking at it, trying to move so that it
Trying
goes
to get
away.
away from it. I'm trying to get it eliminated. It's annoying the shit out of me.
I
It's
can
gone
tell,
now. We're
and it
good.
was
I had
very
to adjust
funny.
the chair. I had to adjust the
Yeah.
chair, but we're good now. 151 art rares going up. The new set, bro. Like pause market update, or we're done with market update. The new set, Stellar Crown, Stellar Miracle in Japanese. It'll be Stellar Crown in English. So good. So good. Dude, I'm telling you, wait till you see some of these cards in person. How much did you watch us rip? We ripped like a case and then a couple after that case. Did you watch us rip through them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
The new rainbow-esque texturing they have, and the art itself, like on the Terrapagus Hollow and on the Hydrapple. So
what the hell is a
incredible.
Terrapagus?
It's a
Where
turtle.
did that come from?
On Gen
When?
9 or whatever we're in. Same with Hydrapple. Hydrapple's new to the TCG. Can you see the Hydrapple artwork? It looks like a hieroglyph. It's so good. Oh, it disappears after I get too close. It's so sick. That's the Hydrapple. I'm sending it in for grading for Drew tonight. Stellar Miracle. Did you get my stuff from Drew? Awesome. Yep. You got your stuff, right? Oh, no.
What do you mean?
That was I got his package after, or I opened his package after we were at con together.
Yeah.
But yes, I got your stuff from Drew, and Drew is getting his stuff from you as well. It's in his package. All the packages got sent. That was a wild night packing boxes, bro. Sunday was crazy.
Yeah,
but
you
anyway,
had me up until 5 a.m. on stream.
Yeah, dude, I know. The stream
watching
went
you rip
until
Renny Moo.
The stream went. Renny Moo's amazing. Oh my god.
Shout out! I got somebody who don't know 2 cards to me.
Yeah, you did. He just joined Discord too. He's a good dude. We opened a ton of Renny Moo. We opened like 16 packs, I think, or no, 14 packs of Renny Moo. Super fun. If you don't know about Renny Moo is a tattoo artist from Philadelphia who made these Pokemon cards that basically like caught the attention of the Pokemon company, and he received a cease and desist letter to stop making these cards. And basically the rest is history. Like they've just consistently gone up in value since then. They went from, $4 or $5 a pack, $10 a pack. Now they're over $130, $120 a pack. Depending on which series you're getting. There's only series 1 and 2, and the singles are worth a ton. We pulled the Gengar. That thing's worth four to 700, depending on the buyer, because there's so few on the market.
Yeah, but that's a sick looking card,
bro. I pulled it, and the first thing I said was how much, and then we looked it up, and I was like, never mind, because I had just bought the pop and the Hanafuda, and I was like, I cannot buy another $500 to $700 item for my personal collection right now. And he wouldn't sell it anyway. The person who pulled it was like, that's staying in my collection forever. So I was super stoked that we pulled it for him.
Even if I had a diehard love for Gengar, I think if you propositioned me $700 in that moment, then again, it was 7 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning. I was very tired. I probably would have said yes.
He may have, if I actually said like, I'll give you $700 for this right now, and you can open the rest of the Renny Moo packs or whatever. I could have gotten creative and traded him product or something, but he was so stoked to pull it. that I was just happy for him. I was really stoked for him.
Me too, because he
Yeah.
donated me 2 cards.
Oh yeah, and he was super nice and donated a bunch of stuff to you.
He was super nice.
So it was awesome. Opening all that Renemu, opening everything. I mean, Sunday was a crazy stream. We had a great stream. It was super fun. Basically what happened was you and I were at con on Sunday together. I was with other people from the Collectors Club on Saturday, and just everything I bought at con on Saturday and Sunday, I put up for sale on stream, and people bought all of it, you know. Not everything that I bought at
Yeah.
con, but people bought like bits and pieces of everything that I had brought back. I had a bunch of new exciting inventory.
Well,
And
I remember the Renemu wasn't even on the
no, I
site
didn't even have
or
it
on
listed because
TikTok
I
Shop.
didn't. Yeah.
You pulled that out. You were getting ready to close down for the night. You pulled that out. The
At like
next thing
3
you
in the
know, we
morning,
opened
probably.
freaking all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're up till
It was
5
probably
o'clock opening all of
3 or
them.
4 in the morning, and I was like, all right, I'm done. Last call, guys. I couldn't figure out how to get it listed on TikTok because it's not a licensed product. So I'm like, last call, guys. If anybody wants one of these Renemu packs, let me know. I'll tell you how you can buy one. Basically, you just bought something of equivalent value, right? And I think the first one was Daniel, and then or maybe Casey, and then the second one was Casey. But we opened 2 packs, and after that, it was like while I was opening the cards, the algorithm kicked in on TikTok because it like saw something unique, I guess, and just the stream just exploded. We had like 40 viewers, and then we went up to almost 100 viewers, and everybody in the chat like, "What are these? How do I buy these? What's Renemu? Who's Renemu?" I told the story like 50 times.
At least
And
50. I
then
was gonna say before when you were describing what Renemu is, I was gonna say I heard that at least 50 times on
yeah,
Sunday night,
I said
over
it.
and over
Everybody
and
kept
over.
asking, and I just said it over and over again. It got to the point where I couldn't even address everybody in the chat because the comments were moving too
Yeah,
quickly,
no,
and like
it got
people were like,
wild.
how do I buy this? How do I buy this? How do I buy this?" And I was like, I don't have enough to tell everybody how to buy it. Like the 5 people who know how to buy them are already going to buy all of them.
Yeah.
And then a new friend of mine, an acquaintance in the past, but a new friend came in and he ended up buying the rest. Shout out Zen. And yeah, it was just awesome. It was a crazy stream. And then the stream ended at like maybe let's say like 5:30, 5:45 a.m. Mind
I
you,
had
I
to
had
be up
slept,
at 10 o'clock.
bro. I didn't even go to bed until 9:30 a.m. So my dude, all right. Collecticon started on Saturday morning, right? I streamed Friday night, I think until like 2 in the morning. I probably went to bed
Give or take, yeah.
around so then I packed shipments, got home, went to bed probably around 5 in the morning, maybe 6 in the morning. Got to con the next day at 10:30. So that means I slept for like whatever, 3 hours or so, right? I got to con on Saturday at 10:30. Did con all day. Came home, napped for I don't know, I didn't Saturday I didn't have time to nap. Came home, took a shower because I was like disgusting because con was so packed on Saturday. And I was just like, whatever. I just needed a shower. Went to stream Saturday until 1 in the morning, maybe 2, whatever it was. Same deal. Packed a few things up, and then after I packed everything, I did the calculations for slabs for what I needed to buy on Sunday at con, and then I took inventory of everything that I had bought at con and figured out what I needed to buy. So again, I got home 5-6 in the morning, right? Con at 10 o'clock in the morning again the next day. I slept for maybe 2 or 3 hours. Con Sunday, I got to con 10 o'clock, whatever it was. We were at con together until 5, maybe, right? I left con, slept for 20 minutes between con and stream, started streaming at 9 and streamed until 5 in the morning. And then I did packaging for like 4 hours, got home, went to bed at 9:30. So I think the whole weekend, bro, I probably slept for like 5 hours. And then Monday is like family day, and my daughters know that. So they always want to spend time together on Monday. So Monday, I really didn't sleep much either because I try to get up early to be with the girls. So today was the first day I slept. I slept until like 4 p.m. today. And
Damn.
I needed it. I didn't go to, but last night we were playing Red Dead until whatever time. And then,
I think I got off at like 1 o'clock.
oh, okay. So okay. Here's what happened. So after we got off Red Dead, my, headphones were annoying me because they were giving us problems, and I was trying to figure out what was going on. So was it because I was streaming it when it was downloading, whatever? So I decided to stay up and wait until Red Dead finished downloading to test the headphones, and then I did that. And then the way I stayed up was I was streaming Spider-Man, I think, while it was downloading. So I played Spider-Man for like 2 hours, and then Red Dead finished downloading, and I was like, all right, let me check these headphones. And I put the headphones on, I started playing Red Dead, and then I was playing Red Dead for like 2 hours. And yeah, the next thing I knew, it was like 5 in the morning.
Story mode or online?
Story. I was just checking the headphones. So I was just playing story. And
How you like it?
oh dude, it's so nice on the PS5. And like I think something was definitely wrong when I was streaming. I don't know if it's because we were downloading it or what, but something was definitely messed up because the graphics are so much better on the fully downloaded version than what you and I were seeing in online play.
Well, that makes sense. Downloading it versus streaming it from the cloud. That makes
So
sense.
now I'm hoping that if we do online play, because the game is downloaded, the graphics will be better. Because like the experience when we were playing online was like, this is like, it was basically the same as when I played Red Dead on my Switch, the regular first Red Dead. I was like, this is the exact same game. But then I was playing on, I'm not even close, dude. I was playing.
That is such a beautiful game.
It's unbelievable. Everything like in the beginning, everything's snow covered. So I actually, while I was playing, I was like, I need to buy one of those Govee lights and like to light up the whole back of the TV. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I want that, like the change color while you're playing.
My favorite part of that opening is while you guys are in the snow and you're walking and you have the lantern, you can see the light shifting around from the lantern moving. Like they did such like when I say an incredible attention to detail in that game,
yeah,
like those are the kind of things that I mean.
It's unreal. The detail is amazing. The way the like snow tracks around your legs as you're walking, it's crazy. It's really, really, really well done.
So now you see why I've been hyping it up for so.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know it's your favorite game, and I'm sure I'll have other like I really enjoyed Spider-Man. I was playing Miles Morales. The storyline is like okay. I'll probably get Spider-Man
Miles
2.
is okay.
It's okay, but it's fun. The game itself is fun. I mean,
swinging around as Spider-Man is always fun.
Yeah, exactly. You swing around as Spider-Man, that's super fun. You do all the aerial tricks, whatever. The thing I like about Spider-Man is it makes me feel like I'm extremely good at the game. All you do to attack is repeatedly press square. If you hit square 4 times in a row, you put a crazy combo together on someone.
And then when the triangle pops up, you hit triangle, so you
to do your specials, right? Your finishers, whatever they are, you can
and the counter attack.
They're unbelievable looking combos, and they're very different. They're generative, so every couple combos are different. So it just feels like you're very, very, very good at the game. It makes me feel like, to me, it's like as if I were a professional level Mortal Kombat player, but in a game that requires very, very little skill. And then I just
fun game.
Go climb the Empire State Building 10 times and see how many flips I can do before I hit the ground.
Like, you know how many times? Fun. So in the second one, you go to you unlock Queens.
Oh, nice! I'm gonna have to download Spider-Man 2.
So I keep like trying to find where like things that I know. Like I know in the first one, I wasn't able to find my job in the city.
Okay,
but I was able to find the street. But like the streets were a little bit wonky, and I was like, well, this just is not accurate whatsoever. I know it's a fucking game, but
it's really very accurate, man. So in Miles Morales, at least, like I don't know about Spider-Man 2, I was climbing on random high rises, and you can look into the apartment windows, and every apartment is different.
It's different.
Like the contents of all the apartments, right? Some of them are clean, some of them are messy, but they're all different. It's not like 3 images repeating for every apartment,
right?
Which was very, very, very cool. I'm sure there's some limit. I'm sure there's however many images that they developed, and that's what repeats. But from what I saw, it was every window I looked in was different, which was really a cool experience.
Well, what I mean accurate, meaning accurate to exactly
to New York City. I got you. I get it completely.
The grid and everything.
Yeah, I get it.
I think they skipped some streets, and I was upset.
Yeah. Wait, what? How do we even get? What were we talking about?
You not sleeping last night either because of Red Dead.
Oh, Con is what we're supposed to talk about. So your turn. Like, how was Con? What was your experience at Collecticon?
So that was my first con.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to a con before, not even like New York Comic Con or anything like that. That's not true. I have been to a con. I did.
All right, thanks for lying. Tell us about your experience at this con.
Well, my sister was featured in an exhibit at an art con in Javits Center.
That's fire.
So I had to go set everything up for her. Shout out
we should
if you want to
show
see dope art.
some of the artwork next week. Which I'll try to remember the same way
I
we
was
showed
just
off some
gonna
stuff.
shout out her page.
Yeah, shout it out. Next week we'll put
Jamar Martin, JMAR Martin MARTIN, just like my name. She doesn't listen to this, so I can say this without her getting a big head. She's pretty damn good. I hope she doesn't hear me say that because she's my sister and I like to give her shit and tell her everything's bad. But no, she's pretty damn good.
So where should people find her on Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram. She's also on TikTok. She's been starting to get better on at posting on TikTok. I believe it would be the same name, Jamar Martin. So she does like charcoal of famous people. It's pretty good. I don't know if you're looking at it right now. I don't know.
I am. I'm trying to figure out a way to get it to pull up on the screen really easily, but Instagram does a really good job at protecting people's copyrights, so I can't just open the image in a new tab. And her Instagram feed has multiple. Here we go. I can do it like this. I don't want to put her picture up in case she doesn't want to be
multiple
seen.
stupid pictures of her. Yeah.
No, not stupid pictures of her, but she has multiple pictures of herself in her feed, so I don't want to blast her. But if I can find a block of 9 without a picture of, here we go. Boom. So this is some of her artwork.
Yes.
So yeah, it's incredible. Like very like Andy Warhol-esque, but also charcoal.
So charcoal, like pencil and then charcoal. And she does it all like freehand. Like she'll look at the picture and then she'll just start doing it.
Yeah, that ScarJo is amazing.
She's talented. She also does commissions. So if you want somebody drawn or something, she does take commission.
Oh man, I wish I could figure out how to blow this one up. This is you.
She did a really good job on that. She did.
All right. Keep talking about con. I'm going to try to figure out how to get this up.
So this is my first con. My first, like, Pokemon collecting con. Let's see what I got. I can stop buying Crown Zenith because I found the Entei, and that was the last one I needed. I bought some cool vintage Charmanders, Dark Dragonair. I just bought a couple of cool things. I went seriously with a budget, and I wasn't trying to exceed that budget. And what helped was that you helped me sell my slabs. I sold 2 slabs for $100. So I only spent $40, so I came out positive 60. So considering how much I wanted to buy, I think I did pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because there was a lot of Funkos there. There was a lot. I could have spent a lot of money there.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I loved the general atmosphere. I thought was dope. Everybody was, having a good time. There was hot dogs. Everybody knows I love hot dogs. One of my favorite things. So I'm not really a slab collector. One of my favorite things to do was everybody had like binders set up on their tables, and just to go through the binders and see all the cool cards that are in there. I thought was really dope. Seeing a lot of vintage stuff, I thought was really cool. There was a table that had some katanas. I almost bought one.
You also almost bought
what?
You don't remember? A bit of
Also, I almost bought a Harry Potter wand. If that guy wasn't helping somebody else and was like 5 minutes sooner, I would have bought a wand.
Yeah.
I never had one. I always wanted to get one.
That's a point that, like, who the hell knows if any vendors will ever listen to this, but something that I noticed at this con, the con was extremely busy. I've never seen, I've been to many, many, many card shows and card conventions. I've never seen a turnout, especially Saturday. Sunday was actually probably 70% of what Saturday was. But the vendors,
I would have hated it.
The vendors were just overwhelmed. And I feel like as the result of that, a lot of them were either not acknowledging customers or so focused on the one customer that they were dealing with that they weren't able to help everybody at the table. Now, I know you have retail experience.
With the wands, we were there for like a solid 10 minutes.
Long time. And you didn't even get greeted.
Yeah. Right. No, yeah.
Nothing.
That's one thing. Like, yeah, it's like you said, I work retail. I'm a manager of a retail store. whenever like I'm going into a store, if I don't get greeted, I always comment on that to myself.
Absolutely.
I was like, oh, nobody said
Absolutely.
hello to me.
It's the golden rule. You have to say hello. You have to
Yeah.
acknowledge the fact that a customer is present in a retail setting. At a con, it's a retail setting. It's not you're
Yeah.
not sitting behind a computer screen streaming, right? Now,
Yeah.
I try to make my stream a very community-based experience for people. So I try to greet everybody who says hello to me. Everybody who follows, I greet. Everybody who shares the live, I greet. Everybody who sends gifts. Everybody who I can see their name pop up for anything. If I see your name and I see you commenting, I try to interact with you. And I say hi to as many people as possible, whether they're buying stuff or not. And I feel like
It
that's something
makes you
that
feel a
helps me
part of
be
it. Yeah.
it helps me
Yeah.
be more successful as a business owner, meaning more people are comfortable buying there. Now, I do that because it's like part of my personality and how I've always learned how to be. I've been in retail and food industry forever. But at con, I noticed that that just wasn't happening at a lot of these tables. Now, again, I don't think like that person selling wands, for example, I don't think they were giving bad service or that they were like bad at their job. They had a great selection of products. There were tons of people at the table buying stuff, but had they said hello to you, I
Like,
think you would
hey,
have
I'll be right
waited
with you.
exactly. You would have waited
Yeah.
a few
Yeah.
more minutes.
Yeah. I might
And
have.
how many times you're not the only person that happened to. How many people
There was
walked
there was
away,
a couple standing next to us
did
that
the
was
same
standing
thing,
there
I
looking
bet.
at the wands. Yeah, they walked away.
How many people did that happen to? How many potential sales got lost because it was very busy and they were understaffed or underprepared for that level of busyness, but they didn't know how to address customers during those busy moments.
Yeah.
I feel bad for a lot of the vendors who don't know how to deal with that because they probably lost out on tons and tons of money. That and it's unfortunate for the collectors too because that wand was dope. It would have been cool to have. It wasn't super expensive, and it
That
was
was
just an
20
unfortunate
bucks.
circumstance.
That was
Exactly.
the only reason I was gonna buy it was because
Yeah,
it was 20
super
bucks.
like impulse boom, 20 bucks. It should take the guy 3 seconds. Right?
Yeah.
"Hey, how you doing? I'll be with you in a sec. I'm super busy." Right? Or like, "Hey,
Right.
how you doing? I'm just working with these customers now. Are you paying cash by chance?" "Oh, you
Yeah.
are?" "Which
A
you were?"
basic retail line.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're paying cash, I can take you right now. It'll take 3 seconds. Right? "Oh,
Right.
Death got it. You want the what was it? Death Wanderer, whatever?"
The Death Eater
Boom, here it
wand.
is. Yeah, Death
Yeah.
Eater. Okay, you want the Death Eater. I have a stack of all my stuff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feel like that was an opportunity from my perspective. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it was just something I didn't want to forget to
No,
talk
no,
about.
no. I think that was a good point.
If you're listening, if you're a Pokemon vendor or if you sell Pokemon stuff in any kind of format that isn't like Discord, where you're like not having to greet people, make sure you say hello to every customer who walks up to your table. Every
Even
customer.
if even if you're not a Pokemon vendor, if you work
Any, well,
retail,
right. Yeah.
yeah, greeting the customer is always the right thing to do. It makes them feel welcomed. They are more inclined if they have a question to ask you because they know that you're friendly. There's a friendly presence there. You're not gonna, if you don't greet the customer, I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, they're a dick. I'm not gonna ask them if they have this in stock. Greeting is such
I
an
actually
important
do
thing in
that.
retail.
I do. I don't like
What?
if someone like if I'm walking into a retail setting and I don't get greeted, I will not buy the product
Yeah, I mean it
because
really
I'll
it
just buy
changes
it
the whole
online.
experience. Yeah,
Why would I ever pay 15% more and not get good customer service? I'll just buy it online.
right. That's why if you
I'll
ever
buy
come
your
into the
product
stock, man,
online. I'll go to your retail establishment and if you don't treat me well, there's something that I need to buy from you, I'll just leave and buy the exact same thing online. It's like a
well, if you
principle
ever
that
come to the stock, man, you'll always be greeted with a smile
I
and a good old New York, hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you
Now,
doing?
in New York, when we say how you doing, we don't really mean it.
Yeah, like don't answer
Because
it.
I can't
It's
tell
very
you
rhetorical.
how many people come in. Oh, well, my day, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to hear this. Please
Yeah.
stop.
That happens everywhere. It's not just in New York. I worked in Minnesota for
How you doing is a very rhetorical question in retail.
yeah, it should be. I probably did retail in Minnesota for like 5 years, maybe 6 years. And hey, how's it going? Like, well,
My day's
happy you
been rough.
asked.
Yeah,
Like, let me tell you, my cat ran away and
right.
haven't talked to my son in 4 years. It's like, listen,
Retail
buddy,
is wild for that.
really wild, bro.
Like you're buying socks. I don't need to know why you need these
Exactly,
kinds of socks.
bro. I sold tea. I sold tea for a living. This is what I did like back in the day when I lived in Minnesota. I worked at this very high end tea company, and we sold like loose leaf tea. So you would go and like we would like scoop it out, weigh it out, and you would buy, that's how you bought the tea. But we had this sampling station. So I was in Mall of America. That's the store I managed like 3 different times. I bounced around in between, but it was the highest volume store in the company. So we did the most transactions out of any store. And we had this little sampling station at the front of the store. And our job was to stand at the sampling station and offer samples to people walking by. Now, you're in Mall of America, right? It's always busy.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say something to a customer like, hey, how are you? Here's a sample of and before I could finish my little sampling spiel, I'd be hearing about their whole life story. Yeah. It's like, I really would like to not be listening to this right now. And it's like 7 people walk by into the store and go buy stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Crazy experience. So there's another fun tip. When a retailer asks you how you're doing, great is a very good answer. They're just being polite.
You can also say, great, how are you doing?
Yep.
Just to be polite back. And I always say, I'm good.
And I say, living the dream. Go. My tagline is always living the dream. That was always my tagline. I probably say that on stream all the time. How you doing? Living the dream.
Yeah, but you always say, I really am living the dream.
I really am, though.
Doing what I love. When they tell me, I always say, I'm in fucking hell right now selling socks.
That would be really good. Like, you ask a customer how you're doing, and they're like, good, how are you? And you're like, fucking horrendous. Thanks for asking.
Well, people have said,
let me know what you need.
People do come up to me and they're like, oh, you must love socks. And I've been in that store for 8 years. And I'm just like, no. I have actually, now that I mention it, I do remember somebody saying, oh, this is like heaven. And my sarcastic ass was like, no, this is more like hell.
Next time, bro, here's the ticket. You got to wear slides with no socks and full on rock the 9-toe. And when someone says you must love socks, you just boom, whip out the slide and show them that you're not even wearing socks.
Funny story. Last night, my worker left and she forgot her keys. And I saw it. So I ran outside and there was a customer in the store. There was 2 of them. And they just walked in and I was like, don't steal anything. And I ran outside and I yelled for her. She came back, got her keys, and I went back inside. I was gone for all of, 10 seconds. I come back inside and I'm like, so what did you steal? And they're like, oh, we took all the toes. And she meant they took all the toes of the socks. And I was like, great. I was like, great. I only had 9. Now I got none.
Did you show them your toes afterwards?
No.
You should have.
I'm not going to pull out my foot in the middle of the store. Look at this. I'm an amputee.
Would you look at it? Just look at it.
Just look at it. Yeah. So con was fun.
Okay. What was your favorite part of con?
Going through the binders.
And is it because like you saw like cards that you had never seen before, or like what part of that was?
All of that. There are cards I haven't seen before. There were cards I haven't seen since I was fucking 5.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like there was, it was cool. Like finding the Dark Dragonite. I found a Dratini from base set. What else did I grab? I grabbed some Charmanders from like the eras from when I wasn't collecting. So I thought that was pretty dope. These were new cards to me.
Sure.
Base set War Turtle I found, which I actually already had and I didn't know, but I grabbed it anyway. I was able to get about 7 baby shinies from Paldean Fates.
Wow, I didn't even know that. I saw your con pictures, and you didn't add those.
Oh yeah, I didn't include those. No. Yeah, so I grabbed about like 7 baby shinies. So now I'm only like 15 away.
Fire. Yeah,
from a master set, and it's a true master set because I have all the promos.
Also fire.
Yeah. So that was pretty dope, and surprisingly, the one thing that actually really did surprise me is it wasn't crazy priced. Like that Entei was only $20.
Yep.
And I was expecting that it would be like 40.
Sure. So
and like all the singles I bought were all from like $3 to $5. Right. Which I thought was, reasonable for a con. I didn't think it would. I thought it would be a lot more expensive.
So I think certain items are super expensive when you're working in small items like that. If an item's $1 and they price it at $3, it is really expensive from a vendor's point of view, right? I think Entei, that sounds like really reasonable. That sounds like right at market. But also,
$20, yeah.
in the last year or two, customers have gotten much better at understanding market pricing. So
Mm.
selling singles, like if I walk up to a table and I see someone's prices are not market, I'm not going to do business with them. Like
Yeah,
they're
no.
just going
Like
to
I was
leave me
expecting
as
like
a
the baby
customer.
shinies. I was
Some of the
expecting
stuff
them
was
all to be like.
expensive,
I was
but
expecting baby shinies to be like $10.
yeah. So some of them probably are, but most of the vendors are just trying to move a lot of their stuff. And a lot of these people just like do this for fun, and they go to Collecticon and it's like that's what they do for, they go to 2 or 3 Collecticons in the year and that's all they do in the Pokemon industry. Other people
Mhm.
are there at every single show vending at all their local shows, and that's their full-time gig. Like the big tables that have the huge banners and 17 tables, that's what they're doing year round. But
Mhm.
other people are just doing it as just a fun little, whatever, buy my collection kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, but that's awesome. I'm glad. Like for me, that's not even something that like I don't even think I've paged through any binders at con. Um, just because I own so many singles and I see so many singles that for me that's not enticing. But I had the exact same experience seeing things that I don't see every day at con. And those are the
Hanafuda.
things that I was like, well, right, Hanafuda, legendary collection distributor case. Like I took you to see that and you guys were like, oh, cool. And I was like, what do you mean? Ah, cool. That's the coolest item in this entire con. Like nobody's impressed by it, but I was impressed by it. For me, it's the holy grail in the whole entire place. And for the average consumer, it's just a plain cardboard box. It doesn't even say Pokemon on it anywhere. It's just a cardboard box.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. So and I took everyone who came to meet me. I was like, we got to go to this table. You guys got to see this collection. It was the table with all the base set booster boxes. You remember that table? Like we
Yes.
like right in the very
Yes.
beginning, we went and they had like, $500,000 in base set booster boxes, Skyridge booster boxes, Aquapolis, all that. So
Yeah.
on the very last case that I showed you guys, there was just like 2 cardboard boxes next to one another. And one was a distributor box of legendary collection booster boxes, and one's a distributor box of fossil first ed booster boxes. And those are like
The
just very
cases.
rare items. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I remember the cases because they were just plain fucking
Plain
cases.
cardboard boxes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. But to
Now I
me,
remember.
that's like one of the coolest things because I never see that. Even the Skyridge booster boxes they had, those are very rare items. So seeing stuff like that, very, very cool. And then another, like my favorite part was seeing all of you guys, like everybody from stream who showed up, all my friends who I know from all over the country from years of doing shows. Like that's the best part. The community aspect for me was second to none.
I can't
Um,
tell you how many. I'm talking to the audience. How many people he dragged me around to introduce. This is my friend. This is my friend. This is my friend.
yeah, I mean, I
He
know
knows
a lot of
everybody.
people. I know a lot of people in the industry. And it's awesome. It's a really cool experience to be able to go to a con and they're all in one room at one time. There's probably people I didn't even see. I know the homie Robbie Rocket I didn't get to see. I couldn't find his table. Jay
Oh, I
Wong, I
saw
actually
Robbie Rocket.
messaged. Did you?
Yeah, we talked all day.
You don't know who Robbie Rocket is. Robbie Rocket has the coolest tops collection that I've ever seen in my life. I'm actually working on making some content around his tops collection. It's probably top 3 tops collections in the world, literally.
That's pretty
It's
dope.
an incredible collection. But there's a bunch of people that I didn't see in person who I wish I could have. There's just not enough time. I was at con all day, both days, and it wasn't enough time.
Well, we
So,
did try to get a wand for at least 15 minutes. So
um, so yeah, one of the other things like that I really liked about our experience at con was just like how welcoming everybody was, and you know,
very friendly.
very friendly experience. Like not necessarily the vendors that are super busy, but like, the people that I know and,
Well,
and even the
yeah.
customers, like everybody's kind to one another. And it was cool. It was a really, really cool experience. Saturday, I spent 6
I was
hours
flipping
with,
through a binder and somebody else walked over that I didn't know. We were flipping through binders together. We got to talking.
yeah,
I didn't get his name, so I can't shout him out.
sure. Shout out
He
that
also
guy.
doesn't know I do a podcast, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah,
Definitely
the vibe is
shout out
very
that guy.
cool.
Vibe is great.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
vibe is
everybody's
very
just
cool.
like doing what they love.
Yeah.
Um, Saturday I was there. So you were only there on Sunday, but Saturday I was there with Casey for Casey and I were together for probably 4 or 5 hours. Steven was there, PB,
Must be
and
nice.
it was awesome. I mean, Saturday and Sunday were both great, but it was
PB has
really
been to my
cool.
store.
Yeah, he actually told me that when
Yeah.
we were together on Saturday. He was like on a mission, and then like we like lost touch, and he was like trying to call me on Instagram, and I had I wear hearing aids, and they weren't working properly, so like I wasn't getting notifications in my hearing aids that I was getting notifications on my phone, and then when people would call, I couldn't hear them through the hearing aids for some reason. Like it was just all messed up.
For some
But
reason, when you kept calling me when you were scared and alone and away from me, usually I get the calls on my watch, and my watch wasn't vibrating, so I don't know why.
maybe it
I
was
kept
like the
missing your
service
calls.
in the room or something.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe there was just so much cellular activity in such a small area.
The amount of radiation going off must have been wild.
Dude, fuck radiation. The amount of germs in that place. Oh my god, there were so many of us sweaty Pokemon collecting neckbeards walking around in there.
Surprisingly, neckbeard. What are you talking about, neckbeard? Look at this
No, not you and I.
glorious,
My neck is clean. I have a nice
glorious.
beard. Yes, we both do.
Surprisingly, I don't know why I'm going to
Did,
bring this up.
didn't
I
smell
sweat a
very
lot.
bad.
No, it smelled like a foot.
No, it didn't. I didn't
it
think
was
it
all right.
smelled.
No, I wasn't smelly, but I sweat a lot. And surprisingly, I wasn't sweating a lot. And I was like as I was leaving, I was thinking to myself, like, wow, I'm not drenched in sweat.
Well, that's
I
good.
just wanted to throw that in there.
Saturday I was drenched in sweat. It was
Oh, I'm
like
glad I didn't meet you on
disgusting.
Saturday then, because we hugged.
Yeah, it would have been rough. Saturday was super hot in there. It was hotter Saturday than Sunday because of how many people were there.
Well,
Saturday,
no,
the
it's
Yin Yang
hotter.
Twins performed. That was awesome.
Don't get me started on how upset I am that I missed that.
And Sunday morning, before you got there, Jason Page performed. He's the person who originally sang the Pokemon theme song, and so he performs basically at every Collecticon. And there was like maybe 20 people there signing autographs. The lines were heavy for the autographs, but there was probably
Yeah,
about 20 different.
I was gonna try to do Ray Park.
Yep,
And get
lines
a Darth
were
Maul.
insane. Yep.
Yeah.
The lines were crazy for the autos. But I had a blast. I'm glad you had a good time. If you ever have a chance to get to a Collecticon or any kind of like local card show, they're a lot of fun. So I'm going to work on
a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm going to work on getting a list together actually in Discord for when there's like local events in New Jersey. And then all the people that were able to make it to this one, or maybe if somebody's traveling, they happen to be in town, they can link up at those events.
You should also see if there's any in New York, because it's such a good hub for people that are traveling from anywhere on the East Coast.
So there's a few that I do go to in New York, Anime Market and LITCG show are the two big ones. I don't go to like the small shows, but there's probably small shows in New York every weekend. I don't go to them.
Start looking into that. That'd be pretty cool to post and see.
Yeah, I should. We should find like someone's got to already do this and have like a website of tri-state shows, but
I'm sure
maybe not. But that's a good idea. Let's do it. Great experience. Would recommend. Let's play a game.
Let's play a game. So someone had asked us to play a game where we blindly rank Pokemon, not knowing what's going to come up next. So we found a generator, a Pokemon generator, so that we can do that. And we thought it would be fun to end the episode with a fun blind ranking of Kanto.
We're going to start this week with just the Kanto region. I say Kanto. Why am I saying Kanto? I always say Kanto. We're going to rank the Kanto region.
Maybe it's a regional thing.
I see what you did there. So we're going to generate
Zack Mo.
We're going to generate 10 Pokemon in a row. And we'll rank them 1 through 10 without knowing the next Pokemon on the list. We got to like write this down so we remember our list at the end. I'm going to write it down.
I'll use my phone.
Oh, okay.
Jamie, stop texting me. I'm recording a podcast.
Can I be on this episode too? Shout out Jamie. He did such a great job. That was such a fun episode.
He did.
All right. Pokemon number 1 through 10.
I'm not ready yet.
All right, let me know when you're ready. Because we're going to skip Butterfree. That one was just already on the page. Whoops. Tap the mic. Sorry if you got any feedback. I'm not sorry to you. I'm sorry to the listeners, Zack Mo.
I figured you're never sorry to me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. So all evolutions, any type. We're just doing Gen 1. And it could be any form and any typing.
Right.
All right. First Pokemon on the list, 1 through 10, Cloyster. Are we sharing our list with one another? Or are
Well,
we
yeah, of
making our
course.
own list? Are we
No,
gonna share are we sharing it live or we're making our own
we're
lists?
gonna converse on when we share, like when we're doing it. So Cloyster,
Okay.
I'm gonna put at 6.
I had him at 7. All right. We're on the same page. 6 is a
Okay.
good ranking. I'll stick with that. 6 is okay. Wait, are we gonna make our own list but talk about it at the same time?
Yes.
All right, bet. Okay, I get it.
Your
I'm putting
ranking is not going to be the same as my
All right,
ranking.
all right, all right, all right. Cloyster's at 7. Cloyster is at 7. I think Cloyster is a bit of a sleeper with their ice abilities. So strong
Hey,
Pokemon to have.
listen. Growing up, Cloyster taught me a lot.
All right, Pokemon number 2, Magmar.
Ooh, like a Spitfire Pokemon. I'm putting him at 4.
I was gonna put Magmar at 5. I think I'm just a little bit more conservative than you, and I think there's other better Pokemon that we may end up getting. I hope
Yeah,
we
there's
get good
also
Pokemon.
151, so I'm not going to be that conservative. We're only ranking 10.
Next, Weedle.
Number 1.
I'm putting Weedle in the 9 spot, just in
That's
case we get
literally
a
that's where I'm putting it.
Kakuna or something.
9
All
for
right.
Weedle.
Next Pokemon is Krabby. Damn.
10.
I'm going to give Krabby 8, I guess.
Although I did recently see a video of on TikTok. It was talking about how Krabby was slept on in the anime.
In the
Krabby
anime? Why?
There's an episode where Krabby does fucking work.
Oh, no. I haven't seen this. Or if I have, I don't remember this episode.
No,
All right. Well, he's still getting 8 on my list. Are you putting him dead last?
Yeah, I put him dead last.
Oh, man. What if we get to the end and we get like a Charizard?
I wouldn't put Charizard dead last anyway.
Well, you'd have to if it was the 10th Pokemon and 10 was the only spot you had left.
But I put Krabby at 10.
Oh, I guess your thing is smarter than my thing.
Well, I always thought I was smarter than you.
Gloom. I like Gloom. I really like Gloom's shiny.
Putting Gloom at 8.
Gloom has sleep powder though. Gloom is annoying as fuck to fight. I'm gonna put Gloom
sleep powder.
I'm gonna put Gloom in the 4 spot. I don't mind Gloom. Gloom can poison and Gloom can
evolve it.
What?
You need to have a Leaf Stone to evolve it.
Yeah, but we're talking like I don't think that matters too much in the context of this if we're talking about like the battle ranking of the Pokemon.
I'm not ranking it like that. You're ranking battle?
I mean, it's just like part of the consideration. Like if I had to bring these 10 with me, if this was my party of Pokemon, this would be like the rank. In retrospect, Gloom would like I should have switched Gloom and Magmar. Maybe we'll make a second list when we're done of like now that we know the 10, this is how we would actually rank them.
Okay.
All right. Next.
Oh, you know what? We'll take from the 10.
Fire. Goat number 1.
Number 2.
What? Nah, Mewtwo's goated. Mewtwo's the strongest battle Pokemon.
But this isn't battle.
Mewtwo's goated.
It's favorite Pokemon to me.
All right. Well, the only Pokemon that would beat Mewtwo anyway is Gengar and maybe Charizard. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 spots left. Mewtwo's number 1.
What are you talking about? Mewtwo would kick Gengar's ass. Have you not?
You just said it wasn't battle ranking. It's favorites.
No, but you said the only ones who can. Oh, you mean beat as in
beat
favorites.
it in my list of preferred Pokemon.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. We're on the same page now.
I like Mewtwo a lot. I bought the Mewtwo and Mew Alt Art slab. The tag team where Mew's like doing the thinker pose. I love that slab.
Is that in the mailers?
It is, yeah. Next, Eevee Fire.
Everybody's
Good
gonna hate me.
Pokemon. Eevee's a good Pokemon.
Putting it at 5.
So much potential. It's either 3 or 6 for me. Eevee's gonna get 3. Just so much potential with Eevee.
I hope that you save that 10th spot, and on our last one, it's Gengar.
Tentacruel, 10.
7.
Garbage Pokemon. Cloyster's better than Tentacruel. Weedle's not better than Tentacruel. Weedle should have been dead last, but Tentacruel's Garbo.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Psyduck! Psyduck is a sleeper. Everybody loves Psyduck. I'm going to put Psyduck in the 6th spot and risk it for the biscuit on the number 2 spot.
Gets my 3.
Yeah, Psyduck's a strong Pokemon. I like Psyduck. Psyduck actually has a huge following, too. A lot of people really love Psyduck.
If I have to hear you do Psyduck's
cry okay.
On stream one more time, I'm going to throw my phone.
Next. This is it. What's your spot? What do you
Number
have left?
1.
Oh, shit. I have number 2 left. Vulpix.
I'll take it.
I mean, Vulpix is definitely not number 1 from that list. Also not number 2, but I don't mind my list at all.
Neither do I. So if I'm going into a battle with 6, I'm taking Mewtwo, Magmar, Vulpix, because I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. Cloyster. I'll take Gloom. And as much as you hate it, I'm going to take Tentacruel.
Into battle?
Yeah.
You're going to take Tentacruel and Cloyster?
Yeah. Well, Cloyster, I have my Ice type. So if anybody pulls out a Dragon or a Flying, I'm good. Tentacruel, I have my Poison, and I also have Water.
All right. I'm going to make a battle team out of this as well. Eevee's not going to be on it, sadly, for Eevee.
So while he is pondering his battle team, I would love to hear which 6 of these you would take into battle. Let us know in the comments. Give us your ranking in the comments. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, I forget what it's called. Is it Amazon Music? That's right, not Apple Music. Apple Podcast, Amazon Music. If you're listening on this anything that's not YouTube, join the Discord. Find the collective and let us know. Give us your ranking and the 6 that you would battle with.
You're right. Tentacruel would have to come in. You're right.
Yeah, I know I'm right.
There's no way to avoid it. It's just a bad list of 10. Tentacruel's in 6th place for me, but it would have to be in the battle party.
Well, I mean,
who do you have?
Mewtwo, Vulpix, Magmar, Tentacruel, Gloom, and Cloyster.
Okay, so I took Psyduck over Vulpix.
See, all right, I was thinking Psyduck over Tentacruel. Because we're not talking about levels or anything, but Psyduck also has, you can get Psychic, you can get Psywave, and you have the Water.
Which Mewtwo has too.
Which is why I didn't take them.
I think I would take, like, if I was presented Vulpix or Psyduck to take the battle, I would take Psyduck.
But Vulpix, no, see, okay, back to my reasoning. Vulpix can learn Bite, and none of those have dark moves besides Bite. So if somebody comes at you and you need a dark move.
So you use Vulpix just for Bite?
Well, no, and also Fire.
Right.
I also have Magmar for that, but I like Fire Pokemon.
I don't mind. I have Psychic, Fire, Poison Grass, Ice, Psychic again with Psyduck, and then Water with Tentacruel. But I would have Fire twice if I took Vulpix instead of Magmar. Fire Dark, I guess.
You also have Water 3 times. Because Psyduck is also Water, and Cloyster learns Water as well.
Yeah, I consider in this ranking, I'm considering Cloyster for its Ice abilities.
Okay.
But you're
I
right.
think it was
There's
pretty
3
good.
water. So I would have, if I swapped out Vulpix for Psyduck, then it would be 2 fire. I think either battle party, you know what we should do? We should figure out a way to put those 2 battle parties together and fight each other. Mine versus yours. In
We
some
should
kind of like
figure that
AI
out.
generated
Yeah,
capacity. You know what I
we'll
mean?
look into that. We'll look into that.
Yeah. And then maybe we'll, if I can figure it out, we'll start next week's episode that way.
So we'll start, yeah, and then we'll end it with the Johto region ranking.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, it's just going to come down to Psyduck versus Vulpix.
Psyduck wins.
Yeah, Vulpix is beat. What
Is it,
order
though?
did you have your battle party in? Vulpix is
I
definitely
didn't
beat
put
by
them in
Psyduck.
order. I'm starting with Mewtwo because that's just going to beat
Yeah.
everybody. So I
Yep.
don't have to pull anybody else out.
Well, no, because I also have Mewtwo first.
Yeah, well, mine's going to beat yours. I
Depends on who
trained it
gets
with
first move.
love.
It's RNG at that point. Who gets first move? And if anybody gets a crit.
Yeah, well, now you're thinking too much into it.
All right, well, Mewtwo's also mine. I have Mewtwo, Magmar, Gloom, Cloyster, Psyduck, Tentacruel in that order.
All right, well, I'm putting Magmar at 3 for me then. You shouldn't have told me your list.
Well, we'll have to randomize it because it's not fair for me to tell you first. I would move stuff around too.
I've also already forgotten what you said except for Gloom and Mewtwo being first.
Do we have any items?
Oh.
All right. We have to figure out, we could probably do it on Poke too. We could do the battle on
No, we have to
2.
catch those.
You don't
And you can only battle with 3
already. Oh, yeah, right. You can only battle with 3. You're right. All right. We'll have to figure out a way to like simulate a battle. This gotta already exist.
I'm sure, yeah, there's an AI probably somewhere. Hey, if you know of an AI where we can do this, leave it in the comments. Let us know.
All right.
As Steve
already found it.
Googling it, yeah.
Pokemon Showdown is a Pokemon battle simulator. Play Pokemon battles online, play with randomly generated teams, or build your own fully animated. Ooh, we could watch the whole video. Cool. All right, we'll look into this for next week. We're going to call it here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll look into the battle sim for next week, maybe at the top of the episode.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. I had a blast. It's been a great couple of days for me. I'm feeling excited about the future. Oh, that's one other thing I wanted to mention. I'm sorry, I won't be long.
Oh,
how many people do you think, bro? How many people do you think were at con on Sunday? Like ballpark it.
1,000.
It was way more than 1,000. There were way more than 1,000. There were 100 tables.
There was 100 tables.
There's more than 100 tables. Yeah.
I looked at 5 of them. No, I don't know. I don't know. 5,000.
All right. Let me look this up. You don't have a good frame of reference.
I see double. Okay.
1,000 plus 1,000 plus tables at NJ.
No
Collector.
shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
1,000 plus vendor tables.
How many vendors?
1,000 plus vendor tables.
That's
some vendors had 10 tables. Some vendors had 1. But there were 1,000 tables. Even if you just had 1 to 2, like 1 vendor for every 2 tables, just the people behind the tables, that would mean there were 500 of.
Not at the wand place.
Okay, so at New York Comic Con, for example, in 2022, there were 200,000 people in attendance.
All right, fine. There was 50,000 at this one.
That I'm thinking somewhere in that ballpark, yes. And that was
I thought you had an exact number.
No, I don't have an exact number. I'm trying to find it.
You're not gonna be able to find that information. Not for.
Well, I just found New York's. Why? It's huge.
Yeah. You're not gonna find that data.
How big is Collecticon? The nation's largest trading card, anime, and pop culture convention.
You know what I found out about the New Jersey Expo and Convention Center?
That they had a dinosaur exhibit?
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay. So anyway, the point is there were maybe let's use like a not numeric reference. Would you agree with there were a shitload of people there?
Well, now how many is a shitload?
All right, come on, bro.
Because
Were there a lot of
there's a shit ton. There was a fuck ton of people there.
okay? I would say even a metric fuck ton of people.
I wouldn't go metric, but there was a lot.
There was a lot. Saturday there was a metric fuck ton. If Sunday there was a fuck ton, Saturday there was a metric fuck ton. So many people are out there collecting. So many people.
And
this
5
is
of them
just
listen to this.
the point is collecting's not going anywhere. People have been collecting stuff since caveman days. We have nothing to fear. There's all this like fear mongering. Oh, the market's going to go to zero. Your Pokemon cards aren't worth anything. People are going to collect forever. Maybe Pokemon's not in favor, but people are going to collect forever. Collecting is not going anywhere. Pop culture is not going anywhere. Funko Pops, there were tens of thousands of Funko Pops sold over the course of 2 days at con. I mean, swords, freaking wands, whatever it is that you're into, there's other people out there that are collecting
I
it
only
too.
saw one wand sale, and I didn't even
he was
see the end
very
of it.
slow. Even if he sold one an hour, he still sold one every hour for the entire con. he needed a helper. So the point is, you're safe. If you're collecting, have no fear. The future is bright. Thank you for tuning in this week. I love you all.
You're in a very safe place.
You're safe now.
With us.
No one's going to hurt you.
And now they're never going to listen again.
Bye.
Bye.